Hi. Welcome to this. Sorry. I can hear myself in the monitor feedback and it's really weird. I'm sorry. I'm just going to take the headphones out. This is a bit of a test from the Men with Two Brains podcast. We thought we'd have a go at playing a game called Untold, Adventures Await. So we've done a playthrough of that. It's about an hour long. The game involves writing an episode of an imaginary TV series. And it's me and Rob, along with Liam, who's been on the podcast a few times before. And this was done as a sort of pilot, but we've liked it, so we thought we'll put it out. If you're listening to the podcast through the normal routes, then there is a video version of this that's available on YouTube. So if you search Men with Two Brains podcast on YouTube, you'll find it there. If you're watching the video, there's an audio-only version, if you prefer that's available on iTunes and Bandcamp. Cool. Well, we hope you like it. We did, so we will be doing it again. There'll be more of these coming up alongside regular episodes, if that's your thing. Cool. Enjoy. Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
We're playing Untold Adventures Await, powered by Rory Story Cubes.
I did notice in the instructions it says, "What is a Rory Stories Cubes?"
So do you want me to read
But
the...
what shouldn't it be? What are Rory Stories Cubes?
No, it says what is Rory Story Cubes.
But then surely what are? It should be what
But
are.
the product
Say what
is
is a. Yeah.
But the product is Rory Story Cubes.
But that's a plural, isn't it? Shouldn't it be?
It
what
probably
are?
should be.
It's like when mutual friend Jack Burley said, "What is churros?"
Well, that's because that's what it said on a sign for the churro stand. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the idea of this game is that we're creating a story using these special dice here, these are Rory Story Cubes. These are. Hopefully, I'm not taking that massively out of focus.
Oh, I think it's pretty one focus.
And then they've got little symbols on them. We've got this little setup here. And each game we play, we are creating an episode of a fictional TV series. But the first thing we need to do, we've got our episode guide,
Okay.
which is as your character sheets, and we've got an episode guide that we all fill out, which is, it basically asks us questions. So when does the episode take place? Where does this episode take place?
Oh, so you're the only one with that?
Well, we can all fill it out.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got your own character sheet, which I haven't got. I must have left it somewhere.
Liam started.
Liam's already drawn his character.
I've drawn a picture.
It's good.
This one might be able to see it better.
Oh, I hadn't realised there was a camera in there.
Yeah. what do you think it was? And so basically, we need to come up with like what we want our TV series to be. So we'll go down the list and then we'll collaborate.
Before we start,
Yeah.
are we taking this seriously or?
What do you mean?
I'm too far in.
Okay. I just want to make sure that if we fuck about,
yet. We
it's
mustn't be doing your
fine.
character yet.
Oh, can I just write this?
That's fine.
I was going to make mine a doctor as well.
I know.
Well,
Johnny,
we don't even know what the episode is yet.
It's clearly going to be
mine's-
ER, right?
Mine's quite specific.
Okay, well.
Should we save that as a reveal? Because it's pretty
Alright,
fucking
okay,
good.
So, again, the first question is, when does this episode take place? So what sort of era? Is it in a weird fantasy setting? Is it modern day? Is it
Renaissance
in the real
Turkey.
Tom?
I was going to say,
for Christmas.
when you said, when does this take place,
Yeah.
my initial response was to say yesterday. So I'm going to say, like, modern current world setting. But it doesn't have to be that. It could also be Renaissance Turkey.
we'll go with modern day, I think.
Why don't we could discover some sort of time hole to Renaissance
And any
Turkey?
sort of specific, like, location? Is it going to be...
Turkey.
Modern
No.
day
Sorry, I just need to do this. Sorry.
Well, we can go back.
Or
and-
location. Where do we want to be?
There's the Arctic. There's not really going to be a lot to do.
Well, what genre are we going to create?
Well, that's all. So we go to some of the other questions. We can always go
Go
back.
back to that. Okay.
So, where does this episode take place? So, where is
that's
it?
what we
were doing.
That, yeah.
What do we know about the setting? So, is it?
It's cold. It's north.
No, but I mean, like, is the rules of the universe? So, is it like?
Oh, I see.
Is magic real? Is there superheroes? Is it like Like the real world is boring? Is there like super technology? Is there?
Yeah.
I think it's like ours, but everyone is ruled by Rene Auberjonois.
And everybody's just a foot taller than they already are.
Except for Rene Auberjonois.
Which is a foot shorter.
Yeah, that's why he's the king. Yeah. No, what do we know about this one? It's the same. Well, should we have like a couple of minor differences to ours?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
Okay, so it's pretty much ours, but left has never been discovered.
Left has never been discovered.
So people can only turn right. Every corner is a roundabout.
I'm writing it down on my pen. My pencil went. Left has never been discovered. Oh fuck, that pencil's fucked.
We don't have to go with that.
Quite a difficult plot
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
It goes on the sheet, but it doesn't mean we have to.
What else? What else is different? Let's all contribute one minor difference.
What do you think?
Manholes are twice the size.
Is there a
probably
reason
something
for
a bit
that?
more significant for your one, I reckon.
So no pressure then. Well, maybe we may. Okay, let's go full out there. It's like the real world. Left has never been discovered. Manholes are a foot bigger than
Twice
twice
the
the
size.
size. Okay,
Yeah.
twice the size. And the reason that is because there's an underground world where
That's
To
what
go,
you see,
like,
yeah. It's
Well,
kind
it's
of
just 'cause
an
you can
actual
see-
idea.
He can see Necromunda out the corner of his eye.
where like I don't know, there's like a secret like community of like monsters and like
Okay,
weird creatures that live underground that come up and sort of like it's a bit like in Hellboy where there's that like
The troll market.
yeah, like there's a
Okay,
bit like
yeah,
that.
I
There's
can
this-
deal with
good,
it.
yeah.
What's the relationship like between surface and underdwellers?
Monsters live underground. I'm writing.
Well, that's true of any world, isn't it, Rob?
No,
That's where you keep the monsters.
is it? What the relationship between maybe like it's sort of like there's like a weird like racism, so it's like or xenophobia. So like they do intermingle, but like people like don't like Earth dwellers.
Okay, so there's a mutual disdain,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And do the underdwellers, do they want to be, would they rather be above ground or are they happy where they are?
What do you reckon? Liam?
I think they'd rather be above ground, but I think they should be bigger but not as smart, whereas the Earth dwellers are smarter but puny.
All right,
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
sounds good.
Like Time Machine.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chuds. No, not Chuds. What are they called? Morlocks.
Morlocks,
yeah.
yeah.
What Chuds are...
Chuds from the film
Underground-
Chud, cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller,
Yeah.
or Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Oh, are you talking about Chud?
The next question is, what is the tone of the episode? So is it going to be light-hearted and funny? Is it going to be grim
Hilarious.
and grit?
Sexy horror.
I feel like it I mean,
I've got a feeling it's going to be silly.
yeah.
But then do we have to write that? Like, it's,
I mean,
so.
I you can't have something that conflicts directly with that, or could we?
Yeah, why not?
What, silly...
Silly, adventurous.
Yeah, that doesn't conflict
you
at
can
all.
get silly
Yeah.
adventurous. Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, swiper, no swiping. Adventure. What about the game is called Adventure Awaits? What about it could be like action packed, or it can be lots of like action.
I think character driven.
Character
I want it to be like Better Call Saul. Nothing's going to happen for this whole.
Can it be a bottle episode and they're all under the sewer? They never actually go on.
or they're locked in just like
Yeah.
a sort of one part of the. I reckon. I
Sorry,
think
what was the questioning?
like what the tone of the episode.
Should we chuck sitcom in there? Should we just say sitcom and then we can, because we know those rules, right? So if we say sitcom, we know
Yeah.
they're going to have to be trapped in a location.
Yeah, that's,
and we can,
that's a good idea. And we've got well, where does this episode take place? Which is the one we're going to go back
We should
to.
just
We can go back
pick
to
a
that.
city then with a good sewerage system.
Venice. Or we could say that it happens, like, say, at maybe the checkpoint between the upstairs
between
and
the
the downstairs.
between the Czech Republic and
the checkpoint. Yeah,
the Point Republic. So that's a cool idea. So there could be like one giant sort of like manhole, which is like Checkpoint Charlie sort of thing.
yeah.
how about East and West Berlin?
But up and down Berlin.
North and South. Yeah, so we'll say the checkpoint
But then this raises additional questions. So why is that checkpoint there?
Realms.
Are there
Who's
is there
not being-
trade between
Who's
the two
not
of
being
them?
allowed
Yeah.
up and down?
Yeah. So yeah, there's some.
There
sort
has
of
to be some
passage.
sort of like regulation, isn't there? Between
So is it people or services or goods? What do you reckon?
I reckon
Eggs.
Eggs. Oh, monsters' eggs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool though, because you can imagine like maybe the monsters' eggs are like really delicious. Like, they're like the most sort of succulent, delicious eggs.
Or made of unobtainium.
Yeah. I mean, how much of this has been in Futurama already?
all of it. I mean,
No, but Futurama's not modern day. This is like
Yeah.
the modern world. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so we're transporting something. Should we leave it mysterious? Like the characters don't know what
Or we
they're
could
actually
do,
doing?
yeah,
Ah,
this
that's
is where
good,
we
yeah,
Don't know the significance of the
oh,
eggs.
this is
Yeah,
where it's going to
yeah.
get onto these cards here, where
The mystery box.
yeah, basically, yeah. So that could change. But if we got the last question here is the setting synopsis. So how, like, basically almost like the elevator pitch of the setting, which we've sort of almost done, haven't we? That there's
Yeah, we sort of.
it's our world, except monsters.
We're sort of in the egg lift, are we? We're sort of like, like
Well,
in
that's-
supermarkets where they have the tubes.
Well,
Yeah.
Or used to.
We can
That,
do. As
but
this is, so
Oh, is it
when
gonna
we get to
separate?
these cards, there's like this one will have a setting and a threat that's happening.
My character sheet is not applicable.
We'll reveal it and then maybe
Yeah.
we'll change
I
it.
mean,
Well, maybe your character. Maybe we have to add points to the story because of your character,
Yeah.
like why he's there and why that's important.
The underground, we trade with them. Cool. Well, I think that seems like we've got a pretty decent idea for a setting.
Yeah.
So before we do our characters, we reveal the
Should we just
dangerous dilemma.
Recap what we've got for our setting
Okay.
so first. So
So
go for it, Rob.
it's modern day, but monsters are real and live underground. The episode takes place at the checkpoint between realms. It could be maybe almost like, so it's not very small. It could be almost like its town in itself, where it's like,
Yeah, like a shanty town. Maybe.
yeah, that's
Something
sort of,
like
that's
that,
pretty
yeah.
cool. What we know about the setting is left has never been discovered.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Maybe that one we get scratched off. Monsters live underground. There's a mutual disdain between the
manholes.
and the manholes are slightly
This
bigger.
whole thing came from the man.
From that, yeah.
Slightly bigger, yeah.
The tone of the episode is silly, funny, adventure sitcom.
Okay, like Only Fools.
Yeah, not many adventures in that. I suppose there's that one where they go to Miami, isn't there? And there's,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
someone who, as a gangster, that looks like Del Boy.
And they have to hunt for that Fabergé egg. Yeah,
They
that one.
find a watch.
yeah, good point. Spoiler alert.
So many good catchphrases in there. Maureen, you miserable cunt.
And the setting synopsis is it's our world except monsters live underground and we trade with them. That's what I've put, but I think we've all got an idea of what the setting's like.
Cool.
So before we make our characters, we
Yeah,
do
before.
the first act. We do that, which is a dangerous dilemma, which is basically the initial setting up scene of the thing. And what we do is we reveal this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to roll these dice, the story cubes, and that's going to represent a location and a threat, and that threat will be accusing
Ooh.
someone or something.
Okay.
So we'll roll these. I'll roll them if you want. I'll do them first. Then we get to pick two of these to sort of the pictures on there to inspire the ideas of the location and the threat.
Okay, we do that as a group.
As a group, yeah.
And we accuse them of being the threat, is that it?
Well, no, the threat is accusing someone
right.
of
I see.
Okay.
or something. It could be something or something. That symbol means. If you look on your little player
Oh, right.
thing, you've got that symbol, which means. So the little symbols we've got. Oh, there's an alien sort of symbol. There's a worried face, a book, a rainbow, maybe, a parachute, a speech bubble, sort of maybe like a shadow monster type thing, a sort of happy little face, and a flame. That looks like. But again, these can be interpreted as
Could it take
however you
place
like.
inside a fire?
It can do if you really want it.
There's not many location ones, really.
Well, they can be interpreted as much. That
yeah.
could mean library, couldn't it? That could.
Yeah.
The library's quite funny because then we all have to speak in hushed tones.
We could do it in a library.
Okay.
So the setting is a library, and there is a threat accusing someone or something of something.
I think one of the characters should accuse another character of secretly being a monster from the underground.
That's a good idea. So
Okay.
what could that... So, okay, there we go. Look, so the threat could be rumours. So that symbol there, look, could be people sparking rumours. So, in a library...
It looks from the symbols, it's just like the threat is taking place in a library.
Or reading out loud.
Yeah,
reading
I mean,
out loud.
That's not bad.
So it could be... Yeah, so we're saying the setting's a library, and the threat... So someone is accusing someone else of being sort of a monster, someone who lives underground pretending to be a human. Could be someone that works at the library, could be anything. So before we do anything else, we need to do our characters. So if you look on your little sheet...
And do I just go hell for leather on this?
We sort of talk through it if you want, and you can...
Well, I mean, Liam's not giving us that
Liam's
option,
really just...
Yeah. Well, no. Let's talk. Otherwise, it'd be.
I'm going to start filling mine in because I've got a name already.
Alright, what's your character you've done so far then, Liam?
He's a character called Johnny Bazookas,
Yeah, nice.
and he's a space dentist.
Okay, in the modern day.
Yeah. It's like Richard Branson, like those flights
Oh,
that go
right.
up and down. It's
Yeah.
like that, except while you're in the air, he does the dentistry then.
Yeah, lovely. And his reason, and what compels him to go on adventures?
Love of dentistry.
Alright, yeah, okay.
What have you guys got?
Oh, I haven't got anything yet.
Trying to think of a job.
Alright, so
I want to make him or her someone that is interested in studying the Underdeep. But, what's a good word for that? Because my initial thought was anthropologist, but then they're not humans under there, aren't they?
So they're not like a... Oh, then might be a civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
No,
doing
that's
some
what
good
it is, yeah.
civilization, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a pen.
That's good.
I'm going to have you reveal your name. What's your name is Johnny Bazookas, right?
Johnny Bazookas.
I'm going to be a more you two seem academic, but I don't know about Johnny Bazookas. But my character's going to be someone that trades to the monster people, the monster folk, and he's got a shipment of books he needs to pick up from the library. Monster trader is his job. He trades. Alright. Where you going with Tom?
2 seconds. Okay, so my character is called Dr. Chess Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anthropologist. What compels you to go on ventures? Have we got that far yet?
Yeah, I've got done that, yeah.
My character is looking for diplomacy between the surface and the underdeep.
Alright, okay. My character is called Richard Madeley. It's just a coincidence. He's not actually Richard Madeley. He just happens to be called Richard Madeley.
Yeah. It's a very common name.
And he's a monster trader. He doesn't trade in monsters, but he trades with the monsters that are underground. And what compels him to go on adventures is he trades goods with the underground dwellers.
Nice.
We haven't really discussed what the underground dwellers look like or what they are.
I think I'm seeing fur.
Okay.
Although if they live underground, that's not really. Maybe they should be more pale and
sort of like
spindly.
golem sort of monstery things.
Yeah, I think
Maybe there could be different types of monsters. There could be big furry ones.
I think what
ones,
I imagine.
big ones, ones the size of your head.
Do you ever do that experiment in primary school where you put a plant in a cupboard to see if it can grow without light?
Oh, right, yeah.
And it grows all weird and long and thin. That's
a bit like your knob.
Exactly like my knob.
And towards the light.
Turn that off. Turn off. But so I'm imagining kind of tall and spindly and pale.
Yeah.
Just like your knob.
Yeah. And
But also
very
quite,
sickly.
quite hairy for warmth. I feel like they would be hairy.
My cock is very hairy. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's make them hairy then.
Okay, so there could be long, spindly things, but they've got like maybe like their backs are really hairy. Like they've got big hairy backs.
Okay.
I think they should have long fingers.
All right, how long?
Like that,
Yeah.
but longer.
Wow.
That's pretty long.
Yeah, sounds good. And then, so we've all got our characters and things. So what you've got, you filled out yours already. Fucking hell, here goes. You've got your, what's called your specials. So it could be you choose an ability or power, helpful item or companion, area of expertise, but you can't have two of the same thing. So you can't have two powers or abilities.
Okay.
So it has to be. So Liam, what have you got as yours already? 'Cause that might inspire us.
My two skills are firstly he can speak Monsteroo, which is
that
the
the
main
language? Okay,
monster
yeah,
language,
alright.
Oh, I was going to have that.
and secondly he carries a large trident.
I can see you've added it to your your sketch.
Can I show the
Show
picture?
the little.
So there he is.
It looks like Jerry Lee Lewis.
It's supposed to look like Jerry.
Oh,
Lewis.
So you've just paid him a nice compliment.
I don't know now then.
Maybe my character can have a big delivery van thing,
Full of tridents.
but full of. Well, maybe I could have maybe saved a trident. Maybe some of the monsters like tridents. I saved you one back. But what could go underground though? Maybe it could be like
Some sort of drill van.
Surely, or maybe have an abandoned sort of tube train thing that I use to.
What about like a hover van? So it can.
This is modern day.
It's modern day in a different timeline.
Yeah.
Maybe they've invented hover vans. So it's like a van, but it can go down the manholes because they're extra large. And it means that we can ride it to the.
Oh, I'm gonna have a hover van. I'm going with it. The setting of this is all over the place already, but I like it.
I didn't mean to impose hover van on you. First.
You're always making my characters in games like hover vans, and I'm sick of it.
Hang on, I'm trying to think of two. I've only got one.
I can't think of my other one as well. Well, you've got your areas of expertise down, surely, with your character.
Yeah, I'm going to say that he understands the culture and tradition of the Underdeep.
Yeah.
The culture and traditions. And then I'm thinking maybe he can fly as well. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
He flies, but just so he doesn't touch the floor of the.
Yeah, like I'm sort of hovering. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the ability to fly, but
You've
underground,
made-
yeah.
in an underground world.
Yeah.
You've made my hover van look so
No,
redundant.
because not everyone can fly.
All right, just you.
And a select few.
He can.
But I can't carry much either. I've got very weak arms.
Oh, right,
So,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Draw your guy.
So I'll make him look. Oh no.
Hover van. What else could I have? I've got to have a special ability or area of expertise, or maybe
That's
I
like
could
your
sort of-
item, so it's an ability.
Yeah, maybe I could know about I could be almost street smart when I'm down in the sewers. I sort of know what's going on. I sort of yeah. So underground street smart. There we go. I haven't drawn my character yet. Have you done yours?
I've done mine then.
Let's have a look.
It's the reason that he can fly
Pretty
because
good.
he's a balloon.
Yeah. That's how he sees himself in the mirror.
Just showing my excellent art skills. You've got quite feminine hair, but that's all right.
It's quite pretty.
There you go. It's got a bit sort of funny looking eyes, but you can see that hopefully.
Looks a lot like your brother. With different hair.
I don't think it does. Fair enough. All right. So what we do now is what they call getting involved.
Okay.
So if you look next to the scene, we've got these little things here, which is questions, and there's 4 of them, and actions, and there's 4 of them, and basically we can take it in turns. There's no real turn order. We can just do whatever to either ask a question or make an action. So asking a question might be something like, why are the characters together in the library?
So it's not
Okay.
like the dialogue is asking a question; it's like asking a rhetorical
Question about
about,
yeah. So we say, and then we discuss why that is, and what we do when you ask a question, you roll the remaining dice, and you can choose 1 to 3 of the pictures to inspire your decision.
Okay.
Cool.
Um,
And do we do all of the questions in this?
No,
turn
you can do it in
before-
any. You can do it in any order, and it does say when all the actions have gone, you go on to the next scene, but you don't have to do all the actions, so you can move on whenever you want. So, seeing as I'll go first with the asking a question thing. So what you do is you take a little counter and you pop it next to your thing.
Have we decided who's accusing?
Oh, we
or
haven't.
where
So,
is the
well, there we are.
room?
That's what we can do for the first question.
Okay, cool. Let's do
Or
that.
maybe for the first question, I'll say, why are we together? Why are we?
Okay, yeah. Why are we all here? Yeah.
So, why are we together in the library? I'm going to say. So I'm going to.
Are we definitely all in the library?
Well, what do you think? Maybe the dice will decide. I'll say,
Yeah.
yeah, there we are. That's so we've got a sad face, a dice, some arrows, a compass, possibly a tower, a sheep, a plane, and what maybe looks like a walking stick. So, and also if you look on your board, you've got 2 idea tokens, a flashback token, and a modify token. You can spend them. So for your modify tokens, you can take any one of the dice for when we're rolling for this or when we roll for these cards here
Okay.
to change the result to any facing you want. Flashback episode is you play that and you basically pause the episode and you can describe a flashback to add some context to something in the thing. And the idea is, so say it was like, for example, this, I'm going to come up with some ideas why we're all together.
Okay.
You can interrupt me and play one of your idea tokens to say, oh, I've got an idea, how about this? And then-
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I fully understand, but I'm sure.
That's all right. So I've said, why are we all together in the library? So, well, seeing as I'm a trader, I'm taking a shipment of livestock down to the. I don't ask any questions why these monsters want sheep and
So they
lambs
breed
for
with
the.
them.
Maybe I don't ask any questions. I just get paid. It's fine.
Richard Madeley.
Richard Madeley asks no questions. Ironically enough, the real Richard Madeley, that's his job. To ask questions.
And Nick stuff as well.
And that's true. He loves making wine, doesn't he? And maybe that you guys. Well, you're a space dentist. What's
I mean, it seems like it doesn't apply to the scenario, but
we know? We can
Maybe
see.
it'll all become clear later.
can I? Are we all doing the same thing? Is this still your turn?
Yeah, but
Or is it-
we can all chip in together. It's So it's. Have you got any ideas? Well,
I'm looking into books for how to get a plane.
yeah, fair enough. So.
Okay.
And do we know each other? Or are we like? What do you reckon?
Maybe. I like Tom's idea earlier of not all being at the library at the same time. Sounded good because it could be an opportunity for 2 of the characters to discuss their suspicion that their third character.
Well, you don't.
might
Yeah,
be-
well, you were talking about the
Yeah.
suspicion, but you don't know that could be one of us. It could be
Yeah.
that could be anyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to be accusing
Yeah, it
one
doesn't
of
have
us.
one
does
of
it?
us. It could be anyone.
Okay.
But
But,
we
that
could-
could be one of the questions that we roll.
But
the dice for.
what we could do is we could have that as a discussion now before the third character turns up, and then it could pay off later on as sort of laying the
Oh, yeah,
groundwork
well,
or something.
okay.
Well, that's what these come out to. So, I'm. Why am I at the library though? That's the thing. So maybe because you're at the library.
Can we change these? Because maybe it's not a library.
We
Maybe
can't change these, sadly.
But I
because
mean,
they're
can we
locked in.
change the meaning of it? So does that have to be a library? Could that just mean it's a research station?
Well, yeah, go. Or maybe the research station is part of a library.
Okay.
There we go.
Also, it's the first go. Isn't
Yeah,
it? So
yeah.
we're looking at the-
So like a research station. So I know that you're there because obviously you're. So maybe I know your character. What's he called again? Doctor
Chess fantastic.
Chess Fantastic. Maybe I know Chess Fantastic because obviously I go down to the underground.
Or no, sorry, that doesn't really work because we're trading. It's a trading checkpoint, but maybe.
Yeah, but maybe we're at the research facility, which is part of the checkpoint.
Okay.
Maybe in this society, people meet at the library to trade.
Yeah.
Got to use them for something, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I'm trading livestock, and I've come to
Okay.
talk to you about maybe I think what are they? Maybe I'm accusing the underground people of doing horrible things to this livestock.
Or not giving you a fair price.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to say I'm there to trade livestock, and I'm a bit worried that that the horrible underground people are doing horrible things with the animals I'm trading to them, and I want to.
Okay, you want to know what's going on?
Yeah, so maybe I'm worried, and I don't know how Chess Fantastic's going to get involved. No, you're Chess Fantastic. How Johnny Bazooka's going to get involved? But
Do
that
I
could be
take
another
a
question.
card or roll a...
No, not yet. What happens is that's basically one of the questions is answered why I'm at the library.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to ask a question, you can take one of these.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll the dice, and then you can. So, what was the question you're going to ask? What's the about the scene?
I mean, it would make sense to also be why I'm at
Yeah.
the library, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Oh. How many do I need to pick?
Up to 3. So it can be just 1. It can...
Okay, sorry, but I'm at the library because I've burnt my hand on a hot apple, and I'm trying to put out the fire on my hand.
In the library.
Yeah,
Fanning it with a book.
They've got sinks, haven't they?
Yeah.
It happened as I was walking past the library from like a hot apple vendor, and I hadn't appreciated quite how hot it was.
Well,
Oh, Jesus.
okay, so
I'm really sorry.
Okay, so let's recap. So we're at a library,
yeah,
and there are
which
rumours.
is a research station in the library.
There are rumours that are we saying the accusations are that the monsters are doing bad things?
Bad
with the
things to the
livestock?
livestock that I'm
Okay.
trading.
So I think I've already got a clear reason why I'm there, because
Yeah.
I want diplomacy between there. So I'm there to kind of try and even that out. So I might ask a question of, well, what kind of things are they doing?
Okay.
Or what's happened to make you think they're doing terrible things with the livestock? Oh shit. Okay, so and I can have 3, yeah. So this is hard, isn't it?
What's that one a picture of? It's
like a
ID
Could be a
license
driving
or
license, an ID
something like
card,
that.
a credit card. Sort of, you can interpret the story cubes as you wish.
These are cool.
Yeah. Oh mate, this is really difficult.
Yeah,
So
because they're quite abstract.
I asked what's made you think something weird's happened, and I'm going to say that some of the animals or livestock that have maybe they wandered up from there have begun glowing in the shadows.
Yeah, you don't have
So
to use.
when they're in the dark, they suddenly become luminous.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That is intriguing.
yeah.
All right.
Seems worthy of investigation.
So I'm still not sure how Johnny Bazookas is going to get involved.
well, he's not met you yet. This
No,
is this is
exactly,
like the
yeah.
meet. One of you's. I'm hoping one of you can help me put out my hands.
Well, there we are. That'll be a good way of showing how an action
Yeah.
works. So I'm going to take an action. Me and Richard Madeley and Chess Fantastic are obviously we know each other a bit. Maybe we're sort of associates. I always go to you to talk about like when I'm going underground, and I'm worried that these animals I'm taking to the last batch of animals I took when I had to go and get some livestock from them. They glue in the dark.
Glue in the dark.
Yeah, which is interesting. I'm worried. Like, what are they doing to these other animals?
Normally, you just bring the animals, you just assume they're going to kill them and eat
Yeah,
them.
well, fuck 'em.
But now they're doing weird
Yeah,
things.
exactly. But now they're glowing, and that's unnatural.
Okay.
But while we're having this conversation, this character here,
Oh, Johnny Bazookas.
Johnny Bazookas,
runs in. His hands
His
are
hands-
on
oh, you-
fire.
they're
Are
on
you
fire.
holding the trident with fire?
I've got one hand that's on fire because I've picked up an apple. It's not on fire. It's like burning.
yeah.
And the other one just holding the trident.
All right. So
And
my
I've
character,
run into the library, panic stricken.
so Richard Madeley, my character, is going to take an action to see if it can help poor Johnny Bazookas by putting out his hands. So what I do now, because I'm taking an action, I'm going to shuffle these. And I get to take one of these reactions. Yeah, reaction cards, and it will tell me if I've succeeded or failed. If it's a green card, I've succeeded. If it's a red card, I've failed. And if it says and or but, then there's an outcome. There's something, an effect. So let's see what comes up. I've chosen the wrong ones. It should be an outcome and then a reaction.
Right. Yes.
I did it the wrong way around. The outcome is from the reaction.
Right, and then I see.
Right, so the outcome. Oh no. So, I haven't put your hands, but, and then the reaction, something to do with someone being glum. So, I haven't put out your hands, but a grumpy passerby
Is sick on them.
is sick on them. There we go. And it fans the flames with like sort of...
Does it sort of put them out, or...?
Yeah, it puts them out. So I don't succeed, but like they've finally put out in some horrific vomiting.
Vomit-inducing incident, yeah.
Imagine this TV show.
Mate, Netflix
don't need
would
to,
be
yeah.
I don't need to. It's happening now.
Cool.
So, and then we meet each other. So how... I've got one more question to ask to set up this scene.
So is this gonna? So this could be now. That's our meet cute, classic meet cute.
Yeah.
My hands are on fire from an apple, and an old man's been sick on them. So maybe one of you could ask me who I am.
Yeah, well,
And that will give an opportunity to reveal something that I speak Monsteroo.
there we
Okay.
go.
And then
yeah,
a worthy person to come with.
So maybe, yeah. So, well, how do you want to set up your scene of like introducing that you can speak Monsteroo?
I don't know. Is that something I would roll the dice for? Or...
We can do if you want. So you can take the last question and roll the dice for it.
Can I contribute an
Yeah,
idea?
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Maybe in Great Escape style, as your hands are vomited on, you swear in Monsteroo.
Yes.
Yes. That's good writing. That is.
Thank you.
Solid.
That is solid.
And then we're like,
Well, it was connected to the character's
maybe-
motivation.
And it's,
so-
it's efficient narrative storytelling. It's exposition, but without the need for without the need to labour
I mean,
it.
it's a classic. It's a cliche, really. Old man vomits on flaming hands.
Swears in monster.
Yeah.
So we've now twigged.
So we know we maybe like just before bazookas came in.
Yeah.
We were talking about why we need to find someone that can speak
Monsteroo.
Monsteroo.
And
Then we hear
Deus Ex Machina.
you swearing with your vomit covered charred hands.
So I swear in Monsteroo.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
Ela Gamoto Malacas.
And how does that translate to Earth speak?
Well, I mean, it's Greek.
Oh, right, is it?
Oh yeah, you know how to swear
I
in
can
Greek.
swear
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Greek. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
So he's saying the Grecians are monsters, racist.
No, it probably says oh. It's not what it actually is, but oh for fuck's sake, something like
There we
that.
go, right.
But in Monsteroo.
And then we both.
We wrote ping. Ah.
Who's this guy? And we see a guy with, like I said, vomit-stained, charred hands holding a trident.
Can I change what it says again?
You go.
Actually, it's Monsteroo for damn it. The old man has been sick on my hands again.
Again.
We're like, I think this guy looks like the kind of guy we
Yeah,
need.
he could
I
help
think
us
we
out. Yeah.
So I'm going to. So what do you reckon, Tom? What can we do? We've got some more actions we can do and one more question.
So how does this work? Do we have to burn through all of these?
No, we can move on to the next scene without doing.
So maybe what as a group have we already decided that we need to investigate or how we investigate?
Is that what the plot thickens
Okay,
phase
maybe.
is?
Well,
I don't
the
understand
plot thickens is going to basically there's a plot twist.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a heroic undertaking, which is like more of an action-based scene.
Right.
Then the truth revealed, which is like another sort of twist.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the final showdown, which is 6 actions, no questions. Yeah.
Well, how about this? I think we're already resolved to go down.
Okay, but what I'm going to suggest is that maybe we do an action to research why they're glowing, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Or
Because they could.
do we want to do
We
an
are
action
in a
to
library.
set off?
Well, we can do that.
Are
We've
we
got plenty of
gonna
actions
are we
to
going to
spare.
venture down?
We are in the library.
We're in. Well, I'm going to. Well, my first action, I'm going to do
Okay.
that. So I'm going to take an action, and I'm going to say, I'm going to try to work out why these monsters were glowing. I'm going to help. I'm going to ask for the help of Johnny Bazookas to help go through these Monsterese texts to find out with me. So I don't. I can't work out anything. And Oh dear, what's that? What could that
Embarrassment?
be? Embarrassed, and I shit myself.
Was it
Is
just
it
the
on your way
smell
to
of
work
the
at the
vomit?
station?
Yeah, maybe.
yeah.
Or maybe what happens is that I'm doing it and then like I just keep seeing your like blistered, burnt hands, and it like brings up vomit. I mean, I vomit all over your hands as well, and so you've just got
Okay, so we still don't know, and you've shit yourself
and vomit all over his
and
hands.
vomited all over his hands. Okay,
So
We need one of our actions to be successful at some point.
yeah.
well, there's cards in there.
So we can't find any information in the library as to why they're glowing.
It doesn't seem like
But
it.
that gives us cause to investigate.
Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe we need to get down into the like monster underground.
Yeah.
But like I'm supposed to be trading animals. I don't really want to trade animals with them.
Okay.
But maybe I can sneak you two guys in
Yeah.
to help me, because obviously you haven't got the right permits and stuff
No,
to go
Yeah,
into
that's a good
underground.
point, yeah.
So maybe we can take an action to see
Yeah,
if
let's
you,
do it, yeah.
do you want to do this one?
Do we have to go around?
Or maybe
Sure.
it can. How are you gonna disguise? I've got my hover van, which is used for trading goods and livestock. How are you gonna like maybe disguise yourself?
You could fly into it.
I might fly into the back of your hover van, like,
Okay.
as you're discussing with the checkpoint guard.
All
I'm
right.
going to try and like just gently above there into the top of the hover van.
And so you're gonna try to go in there and you're gonna try to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And I'm carrying
Okay. No,
Johnny
it's these
Blues.
for the
Oh,
actions.
sorry. Yeah. Okay. So as I've set off. I've taken flight. It takes me 30 minutes of deep concentration before I can take off.
I always think, like, with flying, wouldn't it be, like, really tiring, like jogging?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't really see
much
the benefit
more-
of it.
It's like swimming, so I shouldn't eat for 30 minutes before I do it.
Otherwise,
And I'm exhausted. Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to sneak into your van past the checkpoint guards. Oh, I don't make it, but
Something good.
We're happy
the
about
guard
it.
falls in love with me because I'm flying and lets me get away.
So we sort of... But there's got to be some sort of negative effect, maybe. So what do you reckon is the negative effect for him not letting you through initially, but your flirting
Initially.
worked?
But
Maybe he's confiscated something from you, or
okay, yeah, maybe he has. No.
I've got a feeling any idea isn't going to be too out there for
Okay,
the vomit stains, like burnt hands, man.
but he asked for a token of affection
Okay.
in return for me passing the checkpoint, and that was one of my shoes.
All right.
I've
You don't need them anyway.
No, I've only got one shoe on.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So we've got another question, another action. So,
Okay.
is there anything else we need to? So, have you say we've snuck in already? We're going in, or
I think, were we setting off? Or are we kind of on the way
We're setting
down
off
the
on the way
tunnel
down.
now?
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're in the hover car.
All right, I'm going
Yeah.
to take the question then. And what is it like when we go into the underground? What do we see? What does it look like? How is it? So what is it like? So, that was that card. So,
Could we have glowing footprints?
well, there we go. That's a good one. So, it's very alien.
Yeah.
Under there, it's very different to our world, but let's have a look. It's maybe they've made like the world out of like the old disused like tube stations and stuff.
cool,
So
yeah,
all the
yeah.
like towns are like they're like almost like shanty towns with weird like monsters and alien looking people. And again, there's lots of glowing footprints around, like you said, Liam. And we see lots of glowing footprints, and nothing that'd be alright, wouldn't it? We sort of see it's very different, but also familiar in a way that it's familiar setting, but with odd stuff. So maybe there's like weird stalls with like these big, what we said, they're like gangly,
Oh, cool.
lanky
Yeah, so
monsters.
they're around. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
around, walking around, like trading. It's sort of like they're going about their like day-to-day business, talking monster-y. We can't understand, but you can. And they're like talking like weird like languages. They're selling like weird like trinkets and weird things.
Okay.
So it's different. And we've got another action, or we can just move on if you like.
Should we use the action?
Or what can we do?
We could maybe try and make contact, or Johnny Bazookas could try and make contact and speak to like
Try
a
Try and speak
high-ranking
to-
monster.
Shall I speak to a monster we see at a stall? How about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
go on then.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if you,
and
what are you trying to do? There needs to be an outcome. So what are you
We
trying
need
to
to-
find out? Or
Try
do
and
in this?
try and find out where the footprints lead.
We could just
Or-
follow them.
We could just. I mean, that makes more sense.
We
I
could
might
be-
waste a question.
Or you could like maybe try to ask if they know anything about, or up to you really. If it's
Yeah, no. Let's ask if he knows about what's happening to the animals.
Okay.
all right. So you take the action token.
I sort of don't want this to succeed because that's the end, then, isn't it?
Not necessarily, because we might have to go and
Yeah.
stop it. Or so. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
But and here's the reaction.
But he's too angry to tell me,
Yeah.
and he punches me in the mouth.
So is he angry at you for asking, or angry at what's happening to the animals?
He's angry at me for asking because it's secret.
That
Oh,
makes
but he
sense.
won't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows, but he won't tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Sets us
Alright.
up well.
So we're now on to the plot thickens. So you flip that over, and that is, if you look on your little thing, an evil ally.
Ooh.
So if you want to roll
I mean-
these dice,
Me or
yeah, you
Go
can
for it.
roll,
Sure.
and then we pick one of these to sort of for an idea for what an evil ally could be. And again, you've got your little modifier dice. So if you've got an idea, you can change that to basically anything that's on there. If you want to use one of your modifier tokens,
What's
or
this on there?
are they all the same? Or are they all different?
No, they're all different. Oh, well,
Sorry.
we
Forgot
could
what it was
change
on.
it
That's an apple, I
to.
think.
We could change fish to compass,
yeah,
and we're approached by like a Sherpa monster type
Oh, who hears the conversation?
who hears the
okay,
conversation.
an evil ally. So how
Yeah.
does that apply?
Well,
to an evil
do
ally?
we know
Well,
that he's evil? Maybe.
Well, there we go. Okay, so put it on there.
Okay,
So he
so I
offers-
have
he
to use
offers
one of
to help
these as
us.
well, yeah?
Yeah,
So
you use
maybe
that,
as characters, we think he's a friend, and then the audience see that as we're walking
Well,
away.
it
he's
could
like,
be. Well,
"Ah,
we've got 4 questions to ask, or 3 questions to ask about this thing.
Okay,
So, maybe if you do the first one. I
so
don't know.
I'll ask the first question, which is
Excuse me.
so as what? Okay, so basically, what I think could happen is he could be leading us away. As he leads us away, he turns to the guy that punched Johnny Bazookas and gives him like a signal as it's like, "Don't worry, I've got this covered."
Okay.
I'm going to ask whether we notice or not.
Okay. Go on. And so,
Okay.
all right, or how we notice if we do. It could be. There's,
Okay, so
all right.
because of my missing shoe,
Yeah.
Chess Fantastic has to take flight
Yeah.
to pass through. Because of this, all the monsters are like drawn towards it to watch,
Nice.
meaning that we miss this key bit of information and don't
So we
see
don't.
the signal. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. What else could we try to like learn, like story-wise about the about this? So, like, or maybe where is he leading us? Is a good
Okay,
point.
yeah, that'd be a good one, yeah.
Whereabouts is he leading us? So, he is leading us to.
Is that a tower?
Yeah, so it could be like a tower block, or it could be like a big sort of. He tells us that there's this big sort of almost like it's almost like an apartment block, but it's not. It's like loads of like shanty buildings stacked on top of each other, really like low underground, really low underground. Look, there's an arrow to point down, and he wants to lead us there, but we need special passes to get through.
Okay.
We need like special IDs because they're very. This is like a sort of almost like ghetto area of it, and they need to know who we are,
Okay.
and they won't let us in if they think we're just normal Joes. We need to we need like IDs be there for a reason, or
Sort of permits.
yeah,
almost.
basically, yeah.
Okay.
But again, we sort of see that he's doing something evil. Like the audience see the sort of you said the wink to the
Yeah.
other guy, but we haven't noticed
Yeah.
this. We don't know. We think he's a friendly, hairy, gangly bastard. So we got one more question.
Well, I guess how are we going to get past?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, or are we going to go and get the wherever it is that we get the permits?
Yeah. So what do you reckon? It could be how do we sneak past and find out,
Or how do we get the
or how do we get the permits?
Yeah.
Let's go for that one. We've already done a bit of
Yeah,
sneaking.
go on. I'll let Liam do this one.
How do we get the permits?
Yeah, how are we going to get the or what can we do to get the permits?
What can we
maybe,
do?
'cause
Yeah,
can
that's
make
what
it-
that-
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
What can we do?
Oh,
Oh, the apple's back.
Not again! Hot apples! I'm going to nickname you Hot Apples. By the way.
Hot
Right,
apples.
yeah.
Sweet.
Johnny Bazookas or Hot Apples, as Richard Madeley calls him.
Alright, chill out, hot apples.
So what are the... What's that symbol? Is
I
just a
don't know.
person?
What do you reckon? It looks like maybe like an evil shadow or a monster
Yeah.
following someone. It's they're abstract, like for a reason, or for some of them that's obviously true. But
Is
you
it
could,
just 3 I can use?
yeah, or yeah, up to 3. It doesn't have to be all 3. You can use just
Yeah.
1 if you like.
We have to phone Dave Treeman.
Right. And what's that one?
That's Dave.
Oh, okay. We've got a phone. So Dave Treeman is the one who.
Yeah.
All right, Dave
And
Treeman.
arrange to meet him somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
Are we not got any actions on this?
no, we haven't. This was just setting up.
Yeah.
Can I... Sorry, could I play a flashback? When
Yeah,
can I
go on. You can do that
Yeah,
anytime.
yeah.
Can I do, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah.
And my flashback, if I suddenly have a flashback to Monster University, it's not connected.
Just watching the film.
But, and I go, shit, Dave Treeman. And I realise that Dave Treeman is a mythical underdweller known for his insatiable taste for man flesh.
Oh, all right. Okay, that is very much the plot thickens.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
That's
but
perfect.
it was always like Chupacabra. No one was ever saw if he was real or not.
Oh.
But yeah, Dave Treeman is now. I realised that as a danger.
All right, Dave Truman, the evil cannibal. So now we're going up to a heroic undertaking.
Okay.
Sorry. This looks like it could work really well. So, do you want to roll them for this one, Tom?
Yeah, go
roll
for
them
it,
yet
yeah.
for this. Have you... So we've got a location. A threat is attacking us.
Perfect. Okay. So maybe we could do.
Or again, we can use that. So maybe because we know Dave Truman's bad, I'm going to use my if this is a right with
Modify,
everyone,
yeah.
my modifier to get the tree symbol.
Okay.
So we know it's going to be Dave Truman. That was a sad face.
Wait, after a tree.
The tree symbol. What was that? That one was that
It's
one.
not on the apple one. Oh, there it is.
There it is. I got it.
All right, so I'm going to take that, and that's going to be a threat.
Oh, okay, so Dave
So the
Treeman
threat
is
is
the
Dave
threat.
Treeman.
But
What's
Dave
that first symbol
Truman
mean?
location.
So we've got to. This is where we're meeting him then.
Maybe
Or it could be, or it could.
fire. Let's put some fire in there, shall we? That sounds nice and treacherous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe just at the
Fire pit.
base of the building or the top of the building. Maybe with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one works. So
Okay.
yeah, so we say the top. So this, what's his name? This little, the guy who is leading us off, the Sherpa type guy. He's leading us to the top of this big stack of like shanty
Yeah.
buildings, to go and meet Dave Treeman. And when we get there, maybe you realise it is the Dave Treeman of myth
From you.
Of legend. Yeah.
that is, and basically he's going to try to like attack us and eat us. So we've got 2 questions and 4 actions. So what do you reckon question wise they're going to ask? Oh, I forgot to say something here as well for these ones. We can take dice from this point onwards. When we're doing this, we can take dice from here to make reoccurring elements of the story.
Right.
So, for example, if we want Dave Treeman to happen at the end again or something.
Right.
or-
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just there's a bit of a pause. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, so like I said, we can use dice from earlier on these
Mhm.
and move them forward. We can't reroll them; we have to use the same facing, just so it represents having story elements
Recurring
from the beginning and
themes,
return. Yeah. So
Okay. Cool.
So again, like I said, we've got 2 questions and 4 actions. So a question seems like a logical thing to start with. Like,
Yeah.
how is he attacking us? Maybe.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do that one.
Is he going to attack us straight off the bat, like with no dialogue? We're straight in there and he's at us.
Or maybe we go up there. We'll set the scene a little bit first. So maybe we go up there, and then because you're like maybe you haven't like you've sort of wondered about Dave Truman.
Yeah.
And you're all the way there. You're thinking, is it the same Dave Truman?
Yeah.
Dave Truman.
And then on the way, I'm seeing
maybe you're
sort of
like,
like
Dave
symbols
Treeman,
on the wall that I
Yeah.
recognise, and then maybe as we walk in, the door slams shut behind us,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, jump up in the air because they will attack our feet.
Okay, so how is Dave Truman going to attack us? Well, there we go. Look at that. Feet. He's going to attack our feet. Yeah, go for the feet.
Okay.
So So action. So what do you want to do, Liam, Tom?
Do we all try and evade the foot attack?
Do my feet survive?
Or do you want to try? What are you going to do? You're going to
right. I see. So it's not like
you can do a cat as a question, but for the action, I would say it could be how are you going to protect your feet?
I was thinking more because the actions are sort of like questions. It's like whether
the actions are these ones, so the actions have an outcome of definite.
Sorry, but they need to be almost question-like to see whether you're
sort of. They're more statement-like.
So I try and jump over where he's trying to bite my feet off.
All right. So take your little action
one of those,
counter. Then you draw one of them. If it's red, you've done it.
Are we all trying to do it, or is it just?
Or should I do it for all of us?
Go on then. We all try to leap.
We all try and. He's gone straight for our ankles, straight for our feet.
Go on.
We will see if we make it. No.
And also something bad happens.
Now, let's not forget that I am only wearing one shoe. So maybe I lose a foot.
Which you don't need anyway and can fly.
Yeah.
So maybe Dave Truman leaps at us, and as we jump into the air, because you can fly, so you're taking off, but he basically just bites your foot clean off.
Yeah.
And we're and we're like maybe on like your shoulder.
Yeah. Oh no, I have weak arms.
Oh yeah, oh god.
I've pushed you up as I fly.
Right.
Because I have a very strong neck, so I'm just like.
So we've got some more actions. Another question we can ask.
I've got a trident.
Maybe.
I've just done an action. So
you can do that. It's fine. You can do that one.
Do another one.
Do we want to? Shall I try and spike him?
You're going to try to trident him,
but right on the spine.
Yeah.
Try to trident Dave Truman.
Which is interesting because when I first read that, I thought it said spine doctor. Because I was just reading out of the corner of my eye. Yeah.
Yes.
But something shocking, it seems.
But it cuts him in half and it becomes 2 Dave Truman.
Oh, brilliant.
Like bonsai.
Yeah.
But they're really little. Bonsai, and he screams bonsai. Right, there's 2 of them, but they're really little.
All right. Well, I'm going to just try to have an good old-fashioned fist fight with
Richard. Maybe he's pretty naughty.
I bet he's handy with his fists.
Pretty handy. Yeah.
I'm going to have a good old-fashioned, like it's going to be sort of with the Indiana Jones, but with one of the little Dave Truman. That's going to be one of my actions. I'm going to try to basically knock him out. Oh yes.
Oh shit.
But he wears his because he's slowed down. As I go to punch him, he whacks me right in the bollocks. And because he's little, it's just sort of like a clip to the bollocks, so it's more painful than anything. So I lay one of the treemen out, but I am down. I'm down.
Okay.
I've got a question, and do you want to do one? Because I've done a few.
I might try and.
We've got a question.
I might try and calm it down. Because I'm familiar with their culture and traditions, so I might do the the Monster National symbol for peace and try and show submission and get it to calm. Okay. Oh no, that's an action, isn't it?
That's an action, yeah.
Okay.
So does it succeed?
No.
Oh, and here's the reaction.
They become even scarier. So now the little Dave Truman is joined by his Imperial Guard.
Who is this Dave Truman? I could be the last. We've got a question to ask.
I do the symbol
I think
for peace.
because of this, we're supposed to go on to the next scene, but I reckon we could ask this last question. Saying maybe how... what could that last question be?
Something about the guard, maybe.
The way I see it is we've got to a situation where I do the piece and for a second it looks like it's working.
Yeah.
But then you see a shadow pass across Dave Truman's face and then suddenly more monster guards come out into the room. So we're
surrounded.
Deep sheep.
Deep
now.
sheep. Well, we've got my sheep in the hover hand.
We probably want to loop it back to the animals.
We could do. Well, we need to just get revealed by the end, but because we've got the truth revealed and the final showdown coming up.
Okay.
So shall we leave it? That seems like a good place to leave a scene. We're on top of this big building that's surrounded by...
Also, the next one is a question on its own. For the
exactly,
yeah.
So let's do that.
So we'll go to the truth revealed. And again, we can use these dice for that. We can roll these. And it is...
Dark Agenda. That's
Oh,
perfect.
Dark
Yeah.
Agenda. And if
Yeah.
you look, I forgot the colours is how it works with using other dice. So you can use another dice if the border colour matches one of the
Oh,
colours
I see.
inside. You can use that dice.
It would be
So
ideal.
you'd be able to use the Dave Treeman. You can use. I've forgotten what this was.
There's that Sherpa guy. That
the
led us
Sherpa.
around,
Well,
yeah.
there we go. That's
Could
the Dark
that-
Agenda.
that
Or we
was-
can roll the dice and.
Could it be that the Imperial Guard, which are the rumour, are all the animals that have gone missing? That he's mutilated and turned
Yes.
into his guard.
Yeah, so maybe they pull back their hoods to
Yeah,
like,
and they're all
yeah.
sheep.
They're all
Yeah,
sheep.
yeah.
I mean, this tone of this is sitcom. But I think this is much more. There's a lot of adventure in there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Tom becomes the camera.
And
It's like
silly,
bum,
funny.
bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Well, but just in between every scene, there's just like slap bass.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they are trapped.
imagine this episode of a sitcom.
This episode
Yeah.
of Seinfeld.
The Friends, the one where they go to
Actually,
the underground monsters.
there is a Seinfeld episode that's almost exactly like that.
The Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
The Simpsons, everything's in the Simpsons. So are we going to take, say, the rumours? You're saying,
Yeah.
So the rumours about the horrible things they were doing to monsters is true, and that horrible thing is that he's turned them into his Imperial Guard. Like I said, they derobe,
Yeah.
and they're like sheep, all sheep or different animals.
I like the idea of them all being
Being
sheep.
sheep.
Yeah.
They all go.
Well, why are they glowing? What's all that? Oh, that's the question. Maybe we should ask this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are
So
they
do you want
glowing?
me to do this one?
Yeah,
Go for it.
yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
So why are the weird mutated sheep Imperial Guard glowing? Oh, there's a learner symbol, a happy symbol, a question mark, or a turtle. All sorts of-
Could Liam use his modify if we
I was
You
wanted
can
to?
use a modifier. You can use an. I mean,
yeah, modify idea flashback. We could have a flashback to one of them getting transformed, but
Yeah.
modify seems
You can change
useful.
it to any symbol.
So do I just play that?
Yeah,
there?
just yeah.
Are there any symbols there that look useful?
There's a sheep.
How? I mean, this has got to be the mechanism for how they're transformed.
How they're transformed as
Yeah.
a torch, an apple. There could be a hot apple that turns them.
I mean, that would be beautiful story structure right there. You know, that's introduced as a joke, and then later that's the reveal of the whole episode.
That made no. Is there an apple one? Where's the apple?
Yeah, there's an apple on there somewhere. I think it's on this one.
Have we not? Have we already used it for something else?
No, I don't think we have. I just saw it just then. There it is.
How about they've
So
all
goes-
been fed like mutant apples that turn them weird?
Into glowing,
They
sort of
they
maniacal
transform them.
monsters.
It's sort of like the serum is in the apples.
I've got an
Alright, go on.
How do I put this in? Basically, what if the mutant apple somehow got up to the surface? This is how your hands caught on fire, and now Johnny Bazookas is also going to transform into like.
That seems like an idea.
Yeah, so
Clive.
you can use
okay,
your
yeah,
idea
yeah,
token.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So
Could we flashback to me getting the apple?
yeah. Perfect.
So flashback to the apple. It fires. I'm walking along the street and it fires out of a manhole just into the air, and I catch it. And then run into the library
your
with my
hands
hands
on
on fire. And they take about an hour to take effect.
Or maybe you look down at your hands
so
and they're
we
having
come-
the same like luminous
Yeah,
glow.
my hands are
as-
starting to glow. Yeah.
Bazookas!
Oh no, action.
And now it looks like the final showdown is
Oh,
about to
okay.
happen. So here we go. The final showdown is we've got a location, 2 threats that has captured us or one of us, or it could be. So we roll the dice, or we can take from these as for any of these locations. So the location. Shall we stay in the same
Yeah, we're
location?
staying in the same
So
location. Yeah.
Up on the top of this shanty tower.
Presumably Dave Treeman's going to be one of our threats still, right? Or
Yeah,
the,
so we
or
can
the
take
guard
actually-
are.
yeah.
The guard maybe is probably a better threat, isn't it? Dave Treeman's maybe just ruling at this point.
Well, though also we want to end it by killing Dave Truman. I would have thought.
But this is just episode
Oh,
1.
this is episode. Actually,
Exactly.
yeah, we want to
Yeah.
get away. So the guard, it should be.
Yeah, so Dave Truman beats
Sheep
a
guard.
hasty retreat.
Yeah, so here's one of the the guard, and then maybe we should roll for
Roll
the
and
other threat. and see.
Or I might. Well, what do we think of this as an idea?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, Bazookas is now consumed by evil, and is another
Well, look,
threat.
because if you look, the symbol is captured, so maybe that's what it could mean as being captured.
He's captured by
Is
that.
that your
Yeah, so I start to transform.
yeah. So we'll roll and see if there's
Okay, cool.
anything that. Oh, there's a key.
I become a learner version.
Well, look
of
at
the
this.
sheep.
Look, Jekyll and Hyde.
There we go. That is perfect. There we go. Look at that.
Oh, that could be a character trait that I've picked up now.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm an evil sheep.
All right. So what is happening is that we're on top of the tower, and there's the Dave Truman's Imperial Sheep Guard, and you turning into an evil sheep guard.
Yeah.
Well, that could be you're captured.
Yeah.
You're captured by that, and we need to fight our way out
Yeah.
of the.
But I start to transform.
yeah.
Ala, the end of Akira.
The end of Akira. Right, so what are we going to do, guys? What's the?
Sweet actions.
We've got 6 actions to do.
Am I going to be transformable back?
Oh, well,
And
mess
could
up. That could be.
Could I have an idea that there is some way of transforming you back without killing me?
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
But I don't know what that would be.
Well, I don't know. We can. Well, maybe. Okay. So, I'm going to take the first action. I'm going to, because I think, like you said, Richard Madeley is handy.
Yeah.
He's going to go in for a punch up with one of these sheep guards.
Okay.
And I'm going to charge him. So I'm going to come up with sheep pun for me to shout.
Flee!
Time to have a bad day.
I'm going to blink you to death.
There you go. Yeah.
All 3 are good. And I'm going to take an action. Have I done that already?
I don't think you take.
No, I don't think you took one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I haven't. Cool. So I'll take that, and I'm going to shout one of the above puns. Audience can pick. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to see if I can knock out. How many sheep guard are there? How many?
Like 50.
There's fucking loads.
fucking
Jesus.
Okay, all right.
Like a whole flock.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
As you go forward, I go, oh, flocking hell.
And I'm going to try to knock one of them out and see what happens.
Yes.
I do, and
that's a good one.
Something. What do you reckon that
That
could
looks
be?
like a wisecrack.
A
Actually.
wisecrack. So I'm going to say. You cunt.
All I imagine then is Richard Madeley says that, you cunt, and then turns to the camera, straight down the barrel, go, you as in female sheep.
Can I do an action?
Yeah, what are you going to
Because
do?
I've turned bad.
Bad.
My sheep is going to try and bite off Tom's other foot.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Oh shit!
But
Oh. Go on, Liam. Interpret the card.
yes, but it's hilarious because it's the same foot that before.
Yeah,
I end up just missing. But I take it up to the top of the shin.
okay, so you made a bit more of
no.
my leg off. Okay, I'm going to attempt to, because remember I can fly. I'm going to attempt to fly, pulling Richard Madeley with me. But of course I have very weak upper body strength. Yes, but
Oh,
we're on
I
out.
have to shuffle these again.
Could it be that I'm attached and I'm flying up with you?
It might be. Let's look at the face card.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. It's also not my turn.
You got your idea.
We've done,
Things,
we've
you got
done,
your
we've-
idea things to chip in, and I think I think the idea
More
is that
fun.
it can be like
Actually, pause. I don't think that is fun. This was my turn.
Right.
Okay,
Reaction.
reaction. Oh yes, but Johnny Bazookas is hot on our heels, and it's
Literally.
well,
Like gnawing up like
hot,
a
on
shark.
hot on my heel.
I'm Pac-Manning up your leg.
And it's sort of Burly Man-esque in the Matrix 2, where the flocking hell guards are forming like a tower that you're climbing up towards.
As we're flying up. So how high are we going?
How high is? Maybe we're underneath a tunnel to the surface.
Okay, maybe we can see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna try to convince. Like I can see you've turned evil. I can see your eyes are glowing green. I'm like bazookas. Remember the good times, bazookas. Remember. And I'm gonna flash back to me vomiting on your hand. Remember, it's me. I vomited on your hands, bazookas. So I'm going to take an action. I'm going to see how successful I am at winning you round.
Yes!
Yes! So
Sweet.
Bazooka sort of snaps out of it, maybe. And he's like, oh, can you look at me? You remember the beautiful time with
And I just stop gnawing where I am.
I've got 2 more actions, and the episode's ended.
I mean, we're almost on. I'm now saved, and we're flying out towards the end, aren't we?
Well,
But how are we going to...
maybe I've got to try and fly it with the weight of 2 now. Maybe.
What weapons have we got?
You've got
You got
to
your trident. Use your trident.
Can I be like swatting at the
Maybe the sheep guard are like clambering
Yeah.
up as
Yeah.
well.
I've got the only way I can stay held on and swipe the trident properly is if I'm still biting onto Tom's leg.
Yeah,
So I'm biting onto the leg and swinging the trident round, trying to knock away all the sheep.
Alright, go on.
Oh. Yes,
Yeah,
but
oh. Something shocking, maybe?
You're going to bite a bit too far up.
Biting like groin.
but I'm sick from all of the Tom's leg that I've eaten, and I start to fall.
No.
So
Oh,
I start
no.
to fall, but the trident is flailing.
Okay. Maidley, maybe you should try and grab the trident to save.
Alright, go on then. I will try to grab the trident. This is the last action of the game. We've got to wrap up
We
the
hope
episode.
this isn't a no.
Well, this could be a good ending, couldn't
The
it?
end of the.
So I'm going to try to grab at the trident to save Johnny Bazookas. Here we go. Oh, it's tense. Oh, no,
Oh.
and something grumpy.
Could we all fall back in?
Yeah, I think we all fall back
Right,
in.
we all fall back in. We're there.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by Imperial sheep guard.
And scene.
And that's it. That's going to be the end of that.
That's
Going to be the cliffhanger of the episode.
Cliffhanger, yeah.
Oh, I think if people are watching this, they're going to have to do another game to it.
I mean, that was actually quite
That was a
good.
lot of fun,
I'd
yeah.
watched that show.
And then we didn't do this at the beginning because I thought this might be good to do at the end. But we've got to come up with a series name and the episode title.
Sweet, that's good.
Underground,
That was
overground.
episode
Underground,
one.
overground.
Alright, that's
No.
episode 1, season 1, episode 1. Alright, what do you reckon the name of the TV series?
Bazookas and the Magic Apples.
That could be the episode title.
Serious name, that's hard, isn't
It's
it?
hard, isn't it?
Sheep trials.
The sheep didn't come into it.
The Good Life.
How about Absolutely Fabulous?
Well, go on, let's come up with the episode title. Think of a good episode title.
Hot Apples.
Oh, I think that has got to be it. To be honest.
yeah.
Hot Apples is the name of the episode. For the pilot episode of the TV series.
The Johnny Bazooka Show.
Cavern. Caverns. I don't know.
Cavern!
Yeah. East is east. Below the manhole.
There you go, that's it.
Below the Manhole's good.
Below the manhole.
Blow the manhole.
It's like when you've got the edge of a
Just blow,
bottle.
just blow him a tip.
Alright, so there we go. That was the first episode.
I mean, I would definitely watch that show.
Yeah.
So, should we recap?
It's like a 10-minute episode as well. It's like a children's TV show, but like not appropriate.
There's nothing in there that bad. Just
There was a bit where I said, you cunt.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that in He-Man, right?
Well, there we go. That was Untold Adventure Awaits.
That's great, that game.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
fun.
really good fun. Yeah, we should do that again.
We need. Well, I think we need to, because obviously, if you are watching this, there's obviously a cliffhanger there. We need to
Yeah,
resolve.
yeah, we
something,
need to resolve
don't we?
it.
We need to do
Yeah.
episode part. What was I put? Hot Apples Part 1.
Part 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many ways this series could go. Part 1. Hot Apples
Cool.
Part
Well,
1.
If we get it together, if I get it together to edit this and put it out,
Yeah.
we'll do another one.
I mean, that was cool.
Sweet.
Good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Play
There we
the
go.
Interceptor music. We'll go home. Bye.
Bye.